Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we take a look at Thor Ragnarok and see why it's one of the best Marvel movies ever made. After being imprisoned on the planet Sakaar, Thor must race against time to return to Asgard and stop Ragnarok, the destruction of his world at the hands of the powerful and ruthless villain Hela. Along the way, he has to defeat the Grandmaster, who is the ruler of Sakaar and the one who put him in this gladiatorial contest. But when he defeats the Grandmaster, he learns that he has no way to get home. And so then he meets up with Doctor Strange, who tells him that the only way to get home is through a wormhole, which is guarded by the one and only Hulk. Thor and Hulk end up fighting each other, and neither one of them can win. So instead they team up and travel to Asgard together to try and stop Hela from destroying it. Let's take a look at the main character in the movie, Thor, played by Chris Hemsworth. Thor is a superhero. He's the god of thunder, and he's known for his bravery, strength, and his ability to wield the mighty hammer Mjolnir. In the previous Thor movies, Thor was portrayed as a bit of a hothead, someone who is impulsive and often acted without thinking things through. However, in Ragnarok, we see a much more mature Thor. One of the things I love about Chris Hemsworth's performance in this movie is his comedic timing. He's able to make even the most ridiculous lines of dialogue sound funny. There's also a great scene in this movie where Thor is trying to hide his identity, and he puts on a disguise. But it's really obvious that it's him and everyone around him. It's just pretending that they do and know that it's actually Thor. It's a really funny scene in Chris. Hemsworth plays it perfectly. Another thing I love about Chris Hemsworth's performance in this movie is his chemistry with Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk. The two of them have great comedic chemistry, and their banter back and forth is some of the best in the movie. Now let's take a look at another great character in the movie, the Hulk, played by Mark Ruffalo. The Hulk is one of the most powerful superheroes in the Marvel Universe, and he's known for his incredible strength and his green skin. Mark Ruffalo brings a lot of charm to the role of the Hulk, and he makes him more likable than he has ever been in any other movie. In this movie, the Hulk is a lot more talkative than he usually is, and he's also a lot more emotional. Ruffalo is able to show us that the Hulk is more than just a big green rage monster, and he's able to convey the Hulk's pain, sadness, and loneliness in a very moving way. One of the best scenes in the movie is the one where Thor and the Hulk are fighting each other in the gladiatorial contest, and the Hulk is about to smash Thor's head in with his fist, but then he stops and looks at Thor with a sad expression on his face, and then he walks away. It's a really powerful moment, and it shows us that the Hulk is capable of great compassion and empathy. Another great thing about Mark Ruffalo's performance in this movie is his physicality. Yes, able to move and fight in a way that feels natural and believable for a character who is supposed to be incredibly strong. There's one scene in particular where the Hulk is fighting off a group of Hela soldiers, and he just looks unstoppable. It's a really well choreographed fight scene, and Mark Ruffalo makes it look so easy. Next up, let's talk about the villain of the movie, Hela, played by Cate Blanchett. Hela is the goddess of death, and she's one of the most powerful villains in the Marvel Universe. She's cunning, ruthless, and incredibly powerful. When we first meet Hela, she's chained up in a cave, and she looks weak and vulnerable. However, when she breaks free, she reveals her true power, and she becomes a real threat to Thor and the other Asgardians. Cate Blanchett is perfect as Hela. She brings a sense of menace to the role that makes Hela a truly terrifying villain. In one scene, Hela is standing in front of a huge army of the undead, and she's giving them a speech, and she just looks so cool. It's a really well-written speech, and Cate Blanchett delivers it with such conviction that you can't help but be impressed. Another thing I love about Cate Blanchett's performance is the way she carries herself. She has this commanding presence that makes you feel like she's always in control. Even when she's facing off against Thor and the Hulk, she never seems afraid or intimidated. Another standout character in the movie is the Grandmaster, played by Jeff Goldblum. The Grandmaster is the ruler of the planet Sakaar, and he's the one who puts Thor and the Hulk in the gladiatorial contest. He is a really interesting character, and Jeff Goldblum brings a sense of manic energy to the role that is really fun to watch. One of the things I love about Jeff Goldblum's performance is the way he delivers his lines. He has this rapid-fire delivery that's really unique, and it makes his character feel very eccentric. There's also a great scene in the movie where the Grandmaster is watching the gladiatorial contest, and he's giving commentary on what's happening. He's really into the fight, and Jeff Goldblum makes him seem like a really fun, if not a little bit creepy guy. The action scenes in the movie are some of the best I've ever seen in a Marvel movie. They're exciting, well choreographed, and really fun to watch. One of the best action scenes in the movie is the final battle between Thor and Hela. The two of them go toe-to-toe, and it's really hard to tell who will win. The fight takes place in the middle of a war between the armies of Asgard and Hela's forces, and it's really exciting to see the two sides clashing. Another great action scene in the movie is the one where the Hulk is fighting off a group of Hela soldiers. Like I said before, Mark Ruffalo makes the Hulk look so strong and powerful, and it's really fun to see him in action. The visual effects in this movie are top-notch. The movie is visually stunning, and the special effects are used to create some truly breathtaking images. One of the most impressive visual effects in the movie is the destruction of Asgard. Hela has unleashed a horde of undead warriors on Asgard, and they're destroying everything in their path. It's really sad to see Asgard destroyed, but the visual effects are so good that you can't help but be impressed. The score of the movie is fantastic. The music is epic, and it perfectly captures the tone of the movie. One of the most memorable pieces of music in the movie is the one that plays during the final battle between Thor and Hela. It's a really intense piece of music, and it builds and builds until it reaches a crescendo. The music in this movie is just so good. The movie is really funny, and it has a great sense of humor. The humor in this movie is not forced, and it fits perfectly with the tone of the movie. There's one scene in particular that I found really hilarious, and it's the scene where Thor and the Hulk are fighting each other in the gladiatorial contest, and the Hulk is taunting Thor by calling him names like puny god. It's really funny, and it's also a great showcase for the chemistry between Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo. Overall, Thor Ragnarok is a great movie. It's funny, exciting, and visually stunning. It's one of the best Marvel movies ever made, and I highly recommend it to anyone who loves superhero movies, or just good movies in general. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment below to let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.